I'm V. Sirisha, Associate Professor, Government City College. Today I am taking the lesson on non-profit organizations. So here, non-profit organizations are non-trading concerns as registered associations or societies or trusts. These concerns are required to maintain the books under the double entry system as per the provisions of Act which they are registered. These concerns, they prepare final accounts like profit making organizations at the end of the accounting year. The set of rules or principles followed for the preparation of final accounts of both organizations are almost the same. These non-trading concerns do not maintain detailed books of accounts like profit making organizations. They do not have to purchase or sell the goods. They maintain only a cash book. At the end of the year, they prepare a summary of cash transactions. So, in this form of an account known as receipts and payments account, with the help of all the receipts and all the payments, they'll be preparing this account. Non-trading concerns would like to know from where the revenues are obtained and how these are utilized. Non-trading concerns should prepare all those account statements which fulfill such requirements. That is, for the preparation, they need whether they are getting the surplus or deficit by preparing a statement, that is income and expenditure account. Therefore, these by the preparation of these accounting statements, they will fulfill the requirements. Non-profit concerns will be preparing receipts and payments account, income and expenditure account, and the balance sheet. Coming to the objective of preparation of financial statements is to ascertain the financial position of the firm and to calculate the profit earned during the year. The latter does not apply in case of non-profit organizations. So they will be preparing receipts and payments account, income and expenditure account, and the balance sheet. Coming to the what is receipts and payments account. So here receipts and payments account, they are the classified statement of all the cash receipts and all the cash payments for a particular period. This is known to be as the receipts and payments account. So it can also be called as summary of cash book. This is prepared at the end of the period, giving a summary of all receipts and payments recorded in the cash book. So this account is a real account and it is very important for non-trading concerns. The members are more concerned about their cash position than the surplus or deficit revealed by the income and expenditure account. All receipts are entered on the debit side and all the payments are recorded on the credit side. So with the opening balances, that is the cash balance and the bank balance, which is recorded as the first item on the debit side and ends with the closing balance of cash and bank at the last item on the credit side. So the opening and closing bank balances are the overdrafts. They appear on the opposite side. There is no distinction between capital and revenue. All receipts and payments, whether capital or revenue, past or present or future items, they all will be placed in the receipts and payments account. Coming to the features of receipts and payments account. So there are certain important features of receipts and payments. Features or characteristics of receipts and payments account. First one is, it is known to be as the summary of the cash book. merging, that cash and bank items will be placed in the receipts and payments account. Second feature, it is not a part of double entry system, but cash book is a part of double entry system. Another feature is it is a real account. Starts with the opening cash and bank balances. And this receipts and payments account contains all receipts and all payments irrespective of their nature, whether it may be capital nature or revenue nature. And it will include either the previous year, present year or the succeeding years. They are received and paid during the year. It records actual receipts and payments and ignores accrued income and outstanding expenses. And coming to the advantages of receipts and payments account. So it is through this account that the total payments and total receipts are easily available in the same place, that is receipts and payments account. So all the receipts on all the payments which have been done in this particular year, all will be present in this receipts and payments account. Secondly, it is through this account that we can ascertain the closing balances of cash at the end or bank balance at the end. So we can find out the cash balance at the end or bank balance at the end. This account proves to be verification cash book. This is because the organization prepared it after the preparation of cash book and is nothing but the summary of it. Coming to the, so we can go to the disadvantages of receipts and payments account. Here it does not differ capital and the revenue expenses. All capital expenses, all the revenue expenses, or all the capital incomes and revenue incomes cannot be differentiated in this receipts and payments account. So this is one of the disadvantages. Second one is it fails to show the transactions on an accrual basis. If the transactions are accrual basis, they cannot be shown. And it does not define any targets, making it incapable of showing surpluses and deficits at the end of the year. So this account does not even show the non-cash transactions, for example depreciation of assets, pilferage, etc. So these are all the disadvantages of receipts and payments account. Coming to the pro forma of receipts and payments account. So coming to the pro forma, on the debit side you will be taking all the receipts of the year, and on the credit side you will be taking all the payments. Coming to the receipt side, first and foremost thing to be taken on the receipt side is the balance brought down, that is cash at the beginning and bank balance at the beginning of the year will be taken to the debit side on the top firstly. Secondly, to the debit side you will be taking all the subscriptions, whether it belong subscriptions of the previous year which were received in this year also will be noted down. The subscriptions of this year and the subscriptions which have been received in advance for the next year also will be recorded to the receipt side of the receipts and payments account. And entrance fees received, donations received, whether it may be for general purpose or specific purpose, life membership fees, legacies, contribution for annual dinner, and to dividend received, interest received, receipts on annual sports, receipts on cultural shows, receipts on sale of old sports material, and receipts on sale of assets, and receipts, sundry receipts. So all these things will be taken to the receipt side of receipts and payments account. And to the payment side, you will be taking the, if at all any bank overdraft is there, that will come to the topmost of the payment side, to the credit side of receipts and payments account. And then salaries and wages paid, rent, rates and taxes paid, printing and stationery, expenses on printing and stationery, insurance paid, expenses incurred for annual sports, and expenses incurred for cultural programs. And if at all you have made any purchase of asset, that will be placed to the payment side. And books and periodicals purchased, also the expenses incurred for books and periodicals also will be placed to the payment side. Audit fees, honorarium, bank charges, postage, water and electricity. Now coming to the, if at all payments are more than receipts, to balance carried down will be the overdraft. And if at all there is receipts are more than payments, then you will be getting by balance carried down, that is cash and bank balance at the end of the year, either cash or either bank balance at the end of the year. So this is how the pro forma of receipts and payments account will be. Coming to the, what are the steps for the preparation of receipts and payments account. Here the coming to the steps involved for the preparation of receipts and payments account. Once again, I'll be repeating the steps involved for the preparation of receipts and payments account. Coming on the left hand side, to the debit side of the receipts and payments account, first of all we'll be taking the opening balances of cash and opening balance of bank. And then major receipts of non-profit organizations, that is donations, subscriptions, will be taken to the debit side, receipt side. And then receipts and left side, and also receipt side of the receipts and payments account, you will be placing all the receipts, other receipts. And then coming to the all the major payments made throughout the year, like purchase of sports material, payment of salaries, etc., that will be coming to the right side, that is payment side of the receipts and payments account. Capital expenditures like payment for the purchase of fixed assets on the payment side. And then find out the totals of both the sides. After finding out the totals of the both the sides, if the receipt side exceeds the payment side, then show the balance carried down, that is whether it is cash or bank balance, coming to the payment side of the balance sheet as balance carried down. If at all payment side exceeds the receipt side, then show the balance on the receipt side as bank overdraft, as balance to balance carried down. So this is how you have to prepare the receipts and payments account. Coming to again the explanation regarding the receipts and payments account. So left side, all the items which are taken to the left side will be left side is called as receipt side, and all the items which you are taking to the right side are known to be as the payment side. Left side records all the cash incomings, whereas right side records all the cash payments. And it starts with last year's closing cash in hand and cash at bank, and it ends with the current year's closing cash in hand or current year's closing cash at bank. Then the credit side of this account is more than the debit side, then we will close the account with an overdraft. That is, credit side means it is receipt side. Receipt side of the account, if it is more than the payment side, then we will close the account with 2 balance carried down, that is bank overdraft. If at all debit side is more, then receipts are more than payments, then you will be closing the account by transferring the entry by balance carried down and taking the closing balances of cash and bank. So this is the end of the class.